All right, I have Frank Camacho on the show now, who fights next on May the 14th at UFC on ESPN 36 when he meets Manuel Torres. Frank, how you doing?
Very good, brother. Very good. Just finished training and yeah, feeling great.
Can't wait for this one. May 14th is right around the corner. You said you just finished training, so let's just start there. How has this camp been thus far? How you feeling?
Yeah, very good. I started camp back home. Man, got with a really good strength conditioning coach early this year. Ray Targloff. Oh man, like amazing. Working with a good wrestling coach from Frangelo, and yeah, just training with the guys, with all the guys back home, with Kyle, with Say, with Joey, and uh, just getting good work. You know what I mean? So I started out there, started back home, and then finishing off the last 6 weeks here at Timoyama.
All right, and California, sunny and beautiful as what I remember. I see on your Instagram you had Alex Perez training with just recently. Who are some of the guys here in the States that you've been working with?
Man, a lot of these guys, like with Alex, really helping me with my, it's that guy's just a monster, dude. Uh, Working with man Fernando, with Blake, with my boy Richie. There's man, and then also too, I think Carla's getting ready the week before me. I'm on the same card as Louis Smoka. Um, it's good, man. It's good, man. Life's good.
Love hearing that. Now, moving forward, are you going to be kind of going back and forth for camp, or are you planning on maybe staying in one place more specific?
Man, Guam's home. The island, the Marianas is home. Yeah, I'm an island boy at heart. I got I got family, I got 3 kids, and I've been doing camps out, finishing off camps out here, probably for 3, 4 years now. Wow, it's crazy. And the past 2 years, I know I haven't fought, but the past 2 years, I think I've had like maybe 3 or 4 camps in, you know, just with a lot of things, like the outside things that we can't control. I got COVID in 2020, the car accident last year, and yeah, it's been a crazy road, dude.
Yeah, I can only imagine that. How difficult is that for you when you do have to leave Guam and you're away from your family? Is that hard for you to stay happy, or are you just so motivated in camp that you're just dialed in, getting ready to fight?
It really takes two, man. I'm very fortunate to have a very supportive wife. We both see eye to eye. We both see what we're trying to do, not only just like financially, but also too for our families. Uh, I'm trying to lead by example for my 2 boys and my little girl. Man, if there's something that you want to do, and you have the support system, and go out there and chase it. And if anything, yeah, the training's hard, fighting's hard, but the hardest part is always leaving the family. That is truly the hardest part.
Yeah, very well said. I completely agree with that. Now, you did mention too, Frank, just a second ago about the car accident and then getting COVID. And I know I wanted to ask you as to why those fights with Brock Weaver and Matt Frevola in 2020 and 2021 were canceled. Are those the specific reasons as to why those fights never came to fruition?
Yes, those are the ones. I think even before that, I was supposed to fight Alan Patrick. And then that was during the whole when COVID was first coming down, and then Brock Weaver the week of I tested positive, so I was scratched, and then we finally rebooked for June, and then got into a car wreck on the 405 here in California, and I mean, thank goodness I'm literally here to fight another day because it was pretty bad.
I lived out in California for a few years, and the 405 is crazy. That highway is, yeah. So you
And yeah, so you gotta remember, man, I'm from the islands, so we would probably like drive like 45 max. If you're going 50, you're looking around for cops. You know what I mean? So, uh, yeah, and then also too, it was it was like it wasn't as busy the 405 because the lockdowns were still kind of going on here, so not a lot of people were still working remotely at home. So people were flying on the 405. Typically the 405 you kind of get a lot of traffic during traffic jam, traffic times, but apparently that's what happened. And a guy was racing and freaking got into a wreck. Cars were flipping, and thank goodness I only left with like a separated shoulder and a couple herniated discs. So could have been way worse.
Yeah, well, thank God that everything is okay and it wasn't worse than it actually was. I wanted to ask you too, Frank, because I was looking at your history in the UFC, just your overall record, and I see you have a couple of losses recently. But the thing of it is you're only fighting absolute studs. I mean, Beneil Dariush, Jeff Neal, Drew Dober, Lee. Do you feel pressure to win this fight, even though those losses are to like elite guys in the division, or do you feel like you just need to go out there, perform your best, and let the cards fall where they may?
The I think if I was in a different space, I would have a totally different answer. But because of these past 2 years, I've just been it's really shifted my perspective on, wow, what an opportunity it is to go out there and compete. Because there's a lot of things that can happen to hinder you or to stop you from competing. And you clearly see it with the past 2 years with what's happened to me. So just even having the opportunity to freaking go out there and compete, and focus on the things that I can control, it relieves, I guess, maybe it relieves a lot of pressure. I'm really just happy just to go out there and let the freaking leather fly, like man, like, and then what an opportunity to do it with someone like freaking Manuel Torres, whom I reciprocate back, or probably most likely will reciprocate back. You know what I mean? He's tough, he's young. I remember when I made my debut against the Leech, and he comes from a really good academy, but at the same time, it's like I had a conversation with my wife, and I'm 32 years old. If anything, I'm at 32 years old. You're doing a little bit more stretching and a little bit more warming up. Not like when you're like 25. And I'm in such a really good headspace of where even with all the hardship that I had to go through for the past 2 years and not competing for 2 years, I told her, man, I still got it. And I'm still in the game. I still love it. I still wake up and I still want to do it. And I guess till that day, when that day comes within the next like 2, 3 years, uh, you're gonna get the full crank every fight, and that's what I'm excited about, bro. And I'm so excited for the opportunity, dude. Like a lot of people don't have that, and I'm graced with the opportunity again on May 14th.
Only 2 or 3 more years. I mean, you're only 32. You can stick around a little bit longer than that, right?
Oh, I totally can. I totally can. I have a lot of things that I want to do in life, but for the most part, man, I would be lying if it's not a young man's sport. I mean, at 35, I'll probably be like at my peak, right? 36, but we'll see. I'm just kind of like mentally, I'm just kind of preparing myself. But the fact that I still get into hard sparring sessions, and the fact that I wake up and I wanna go lift some weights and throw some weights and yell at the weights or whatever it is, I still got it in me, bro. I still got it in me, and until the day that that doesn't happen is when I know I gotta start hanging up the gloves, but I still got it in me, man. And I think right now even more so, it's like the synchronization of experience to fighter crank mode type of guy to martial arts, and just it's all, I feel like it's finally coming together.
That's great to hear. And I wanted to ask you too, when you look at those recent fights, those L's that you took to Dariush, to Neal, and so on, is there something that you learned, like something that you decided, okay, I want to work on a certain area of my game to make yourself a better mixed martial artist? Like, how are you better now since when we've seen you last?
Oh yeah, so those fights, man. Honestly, the first part of my career in the UFC, kind of honestly, it flew by fast. And I think that was the one thing that I do take from my experience with my first 4 or 5 fights in the UFC. They went by real quick, almost to the point where I didn't get to really like just focus on like the things that I could have been working on. Yeah, technique, right? Man, but technique you could always work it on the gym and strategy, but like now I was very blessed with the opportunity to have 2 years of not fighting, but with like 3 or 4 fight camps. If you kind of think about that, so I didn't take the damage that I would have taken fighting 3 times a year for 2 years. But now I'm coming in on May 14th with like, yo, I have all these things that I've been working on without taking the damage, without having the stress of a fight. Well, I kind of did till the fight kind of got like, till the fights got canceled. But I have a lot, man. I have a lot. And I mean, I'm not going to go out there and throw spinning back kicks and flying omoplatas or anything like that, but just really, really working with the team back home on Guam. And then, so I like to say when I'm back home and I'm really forging the sword, I'm taking steel and I'm pounding on the steel, applying heat, applying force, folding, adding steel. And the past few years working with Coach Colin Oyama and here Alex Perez, really sharpening the blade, you know? It's not so much how to fight. I know how to fight, man. You throw me in the ring, I'm gonna fight, but really showing me the way of the fight with the team out here. And I'm just super stoked to just put it together, Again, grateful for the opportunity. Sounds so sometimes it may sound cliche or whatever, but man, it's like I've been out for so long. You guys, everyone sees the way I fight. I love to fight. And and that could easily be taken away from me. And it has been taken away from me for 2 years. So just being able to focus on what I can control on, or what I can control, and, and just to be happy and to be stoked that I can let it fly again, let the leather fly.
You seem to just be in a very grateful state of mind right now.
Yeah, I'm in a very good headspace, and it really helps having the support system of my wife, my family, and it's kind of easy to. I feel like it's a little easier to have this headspace, man, when you're on a beautiful island, and you get like 300 really good sunsets every year.
I hear you there, man. I'm going on vacation here in a few days, and I can't wait. I'm going to soak up the
Yeah.
sun as much as possible. I wanted to ask you too, fighting at 155, what is that weight cut like for you? How big do you get these days?
So I typically would get really big, you know, um, but because of all the events that have kind of going on, just changing the mind space and the perspective on a lot of things. You know what I mean? Uh, Focusing on the things that I can control. So if anything, what I've really been picking up, and kind of COVID kind of helped us, when the gyms are all closed. I've really picked up a lot of just like endurance training. What way to take advantage of a beautiful island, but then going out and running in the trails, seeing the waterfalls, running 6, 8 miles in the trails. So funny thing is that I got into MMA because I wanted to lose weight and I hated running. So, and it comes full circle, man, cycling around the island, at the beach. I'm an island boy, so I have to swim. But that in itself, aside from the whole mental and spiritual side and the physical side of it, it's really helped me keep my weight down, you know? So coming into fight week, I'm kind of the lightest that I've ever been 3, 4 weeks out. So it's nice, man. I've had abs at the beginning of this fight camp. Oh, snap. All right. And then working with the strength and conditioning coach early this year really, really just helped.
So what are you at right now? I mean, May 14th is a little ways away. Are you like 175, 180?
No, I'm definitely one. This morning, yeah, it's like 175.
Sounds like you're right on point, man. That's great. And
Man, I'm right on point. Yeah, dude. Usually, I'm like this weight, like the Friday before fight weekend. I'm like, oh shit, oh, this is gonna be a brutal one. But I'm happy, man. Working with Ian Laros. What a stud, dude. That guy is a madman, and making meals, and it doesn't even feel like I'm cutting weight. I feel energized, and it's so nice though finishing up camp, not having to worry about getting in shape. Like back to the thing of like being able to focus on what I can control, and that's what I've been doing this the past 2 years.
Frank, when you look at the lightweight division, it might be the deepest division in the whole UFC. Where do you feel like you fit in with the win here over Manuel? Like, do you feel like, you could be cracking maybe a top 15 matchup around the corner? Like, where do you feel like you are right now in the pecking order?
Uh, I'm a big believer in like in the martial arts sense of like honor, right? And I feel like I feel like it would not be honorable for me to start calling out guys after a win on May 14th. I gotta earn my keep, man. I got even. Yeah. I see you. I fought fucking the guys in the division, but at the end of the day, man, they're all losses, and I just need to earn my keep back in the division. Let's get a couple more wins. Again, focusing on what I can control and having like my have the best manager in the game, have the one of the best coaches in the game, and just have everyone pull their part, have him do what he thinks would be best for me and my career. And I just want to fight, man. I want to get exciting fights, and just more opportunity to do it before I hang the gloves up. I mean, I'm saying I'm hanging the gloves up like I'm doing it like tomorrow, but no, it's gonna be a while. But 2 years will fly. 2 years will fly, and 2 3 years will fly, whatever it is. But I just want to have some good fights, man. And I know I'm fighting in the Apex. Yeah, there's gonna be a little crowd there, but man, I wanna fight in front of fans, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I want, man. Give me the I don't care about the yeah, I guess you have to fight on a pay-per-view, but I'm not trying to be like, ooh, you're fighting on a corner card, ooh, you're fighting on a title on a triple title fight card. I'm like, yeah, but man, I want to feel the people, I want to feel the arena. And if it takes to have to win a couple more fights to get into that, then hey, why not?
Before we dive into this Torres matchup, I do want to get your title pick here. Oliveira Gaethje is around the corner. Who wins that one?
You know, yeah, I gotta go Gaethje. Gaethje's I'm a huge fan of Gaethje. Maybe it's just fighting style. I don't know. I think Gaethje's gonna pull it off, dude.
Can't wait for that one. That's going to be a banger of a lightweight title fight. All right, Manuel Torres, he's 12-2. He's making his UFC debut. He had a round one finish at Dana White's Contender Series. Stylistically, what kind of a fight are you expecting here from Torres, and how do you feel like you match up with him?
Man, he's a banger. Oh, the guy throws heavy shots. He throws shots heavy with everything. And the matchmakers definitely know what they're doing with this fight. You know what I mean? And like what an opportunity for me to showcase what I've been working on. Because like he's man, I've been in his shoes, man. I remember making my debut and freaking how hungry I was. So if anything, that excites me the most.
Do you feel like he's just going to come out and try and go for broke and like make a statement in beating a veteran fighter like yourself? Or do you think he's going to be a little bit more methodical and try and, point fight and just play safe against yourself?
Um, I don't know. I think I might do both. I don't know. I guess I'm prepped for both. I mean, if he comes and he swings at me, you know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And if he tries to play possum, I mean, everyone knows what's gonna happen. I'm gonna move forward. So it's gonna be one of those things. And I think he's gonna his debut. He's gonna it's gonna be the best Manuel Torres that we're gonna see.
Do you feel like you get the finish? Like, what's your official prediction here for this one?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I see he's getting that W, dude. I don't see it any other way, bro.
How active are you trying to stay this year? Are you trying to get back in there as soon as possible, as long as you're healthy? Or are you looking to get like a full camp in for your next one?
Oh man, let's freaking get it in, dude. Let's get this W. Let's not get injured or get cut or anything like that, and let's jump back in and let's jump back in again, and then just keep the weight down just so I can continue to fight.
I
Yeah, I
love
need to make it up. Yo, man, I need to make it up. It's been too long, right? Like it's been too long, and uh, I'm itchy. If anything, I kind of like want to go just 3 rounds just to go 3 rounds for the heck of it. Like if you think about it, haven't fought in 2 years. Uh, 2.5 minutes with Benio, 40 some seconds with freaking Justin James. So it's like, come on, man. I want to feel the ring. I want to feel the cage. I'm fiending for it, you know?
I can't wait to see you back in there. May 14th can't get here soon enough. Frank Camacho, Manuel Torres on UFC on ESPN 36. Again, May the 14th. Frank, great talking to you for the first time. Definitely a pleasure to have you on. Before I do let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media. And if you have anyone to thank, floor is yours.
Well, first off, Brand, this is gonna be sorry, man. This is not the last time that we're gonna be talking. So yeah, you messed up. You got me on an interview, dude. I'm gonna bug you, but no. Oh, man, pleasure to meet you, bro. And I hope you have a good vacation, everyone. You guys can check me out on all social media. You know, Instagram, TikTok, in Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. FrankTheCrank.com. You know, you can go get some merch on FrankTheCrank.com. And so we give a shout out to my team and all the supporters, Team Crank, man, my wife, my coaches, and you know, everyone that really puts into uh, the daily grind. Appreciate it, and I love you all.